In the grand tapestry of existence, the human compass often fumbles, lost and intrigued, at the nebulous junction where conscious reality and the subconscious realm meld. Akin to an intrepid explorer, a particular individual set out on a journey. This voyage, both weathered and unyielding, traversed humble routes, globe-trotting exploits, and ventured into the mystifying terrains of meditation, hypnosis, and the rhythmic dance of Qigong. Amid these explorations, he deciphered subtle secrets. Secrets not encased behind iron locks, but veiled by the shroud of our perspective. The individual's compass needle steadied, guided by a peculiar handbook, an ancient scripture known as the Kybalion. Far from a conventional guide, the Kybalion served as an astral chart leading into the cosmic expanse within, a beacon shedding light on the labyrinthine journey spiraling into the subconscious universe's crevices. The Kybalion, in its ethereal whispers, propounded the notion of the universe's inherent mental nature. The all is mind. Picture, dear readers, a universe abiding within the minute synaptic chasm, in the rise and fall of neurotransmitters, amidst the brain's spectacular electrical tempest, a captivating ballet of shadows and lights it does weave. But navigating this labyrinth is no simple feat. The answer to this daunting task resides within the 7 Hermetic principles. The principle of correspondence reverberates with the aphorism as above, so below, as within, so without. This tenet shines a light on the truth that our internal states cast their reflection onto our external reality. Our personal vibrational frequency, oscillating between polarity's poles and rhythm's tempo, molds our perception. Cause and effect ascend as the maestros of this cosmic theater, while the gender principle of mental creation breathes life into our reality. Understanding and mastering these principles empowers us to transmute mental states, reminiscent of how ancient alchemists transfigured base metals into gold. However, this process isn't an outward pursuit. Rather, it unfolds within the mind's crucible. Our explorer invites us on this odyssey, sewing threads that bind the philosophy of Carl Jung's collective unconscious, Plato's theory of forms, and Leibniz's monadology. We integrate wisdom from the East, insights from quantum physics, and the psychology of mindsets. Each stride, each uncovered truth, mirrors the subconscious universe within us. Esteemed readers, this tale is not an academic discourse but a playful, intertwined dance between consciousness and subconsciousness, between the known and unknown. Let us therefore waltz to the universe's rhythm, venturing together into the depths of our collective minds. From the bustling arenas of mortal existence, where the mind's wrangling translates into a marketplace of ceaseless activity, to serene alcoves embracing the esoteric, humanity often finds itself engrossed in a divine, mystical dance. Much akin to a hummingbird irresistibly drawn to floral nectar, an individual has succumbed to the allure of the metaphysical through practices such as hypnosis, meditation, and Qigong. Spanning decades, a banquet of experiences has been partaken, culminating in a twilight chapter marked by treading the path less traveled. Enter the Kybalion, a timeless companion. Emerging in 1908, a diamond cut from an era where wisdom was subtly imparted, not blared indiscriminately. The authorship, attributed to the enigmatic 3 initiates, is widely speculated to be a nom de plume of the erudite William Walker Atkinson. His mastery in linguistic wizardry and philosophical ballet births a symphony of profound knowledge, resounding like an echo across time. The Kybalion distills the intoxicating cocktail of antiquity's most refined ideas. Its ingredients are culled from the crumbling empire of Greece, spiced with Egyptian mysticism, garnished with the allure of Hermeticism, and delicately presented in a new thought crystal goblet. Its potent blend, rippling through time, resonates even amidst the sterile clinical hallways of the 21st century. Hermeticism, for the uninitiated, is a nugget of wisdom unearthed at the confluence of Greek intellect and Egyptian mysticism. An Alexandrian late bloomer, this philosophy is associated with Hermes Trismegistus, a hybrid man-god figure. A blend of the revered Greek god Hermes and Thoth, the Egyptian god of intellect. Their collective wisdom trickles down centuries, enshrined in cryptic texts known as the Hermetica, a wild mustang of knowledge, an enigmatic labyrinth of ancient wisdom. This rare chart guides us to the obscured past of Egyptian intellect, an intellect often cloaked in mythology and symbols, its essence lost amidst hieroglyphs. And what fortune it is that Atkinson breathed new life into this forgotten treasure. Atkinson, a thought alchemist par excellence, interweaved the Hermetica's undercurrents with new thought's refreshing surge. He fused the Hermetic essence of a great mind of creation seamlessly with the new thought principle of the mind's causative capabilities, a divine duet of parallel philosophies. This is not merely a history lesson. It is a call, a summoning to reach into the chronicles of the past, grasp this ancient wisdom, and transport it into our contemporary era. The echo of yesteryears only resonates when we are attuned to listen, our hearts inclined to understand. As succinctly stated in the Hermetica, "Your mind is God the Father. They are not divided from one another, for their union is life." Thus we waltz through time, guided by the rhythm of wisdom, allowing Atkinson's intricate tapestry of thought to unfurl within our minds. Remember, the dance of knowledge isn't reserved for mere spectators. You, dear reader, must participate, as only then will the Hermetica's words transcend mere linguistic constructs and reveal their true essence. For we are about to embark on an extraordinary voyage. It isn't every so often that one encounters ancient wisdom, so profound that it has been clandestinely shared through time's sinuous passages. But today is such a day. We are not here to concoct a novel philosophy or erect another monument in the already brimming skyline of human thought. Far from it. Our purpose, noble readers, is merely to present you with a master key, a passport of sorts, that unlocks the numerous inner sanctums within the vast and intricate temple of mystery. This temple you've unknowingly stepped into already. Amidst all the enigmatic wisdom strewn across our world, none has been safeguarded with more intensity than the fragments of Hermetic teachings. The brainchild of the legendary scribe of the gods, Hermes Trismegistus, these teachings are as old as the pyramids themselves. A figure of monumental import, Hermes shared his insights during an era when humanity was only beginning to find its footing. This venerable sage, believed to be a contemporary of Abraham, shone as a beacon of occult wisdom, a brilliant central sun whose rays of knowledge have illuminated countless paths leading to truth. Indeed, every esoteric teaching in existence owes its genesis to Hermes. Over the coursing tide of centuries, the original truths elucidated by Hermes have been preserved in their unadulterated form. A handful in each generation abiding by the Hermetic tradition have guarded these truths, sharing them only with those prepared to comprehend and master them. Passed down from sage to sage, these teachings have been kept aflame by a dedicated minority. They've never sought popularity or endeavored to swell their ranks. Instead, they've acknowledged the rarity of individuals prepared to accept, let alone recognize the truth when it stands revealed before them. In this modest work, we aim to provide you with a glimpse, a snapshot, if you will, of the foundational teachings of the Kybalion. We offer these principles for your exploration, to be molded, woven into the intricate tapestry of your existence. A true student, dear reader, will be able to morph these principles into a living philosophy. But bear in mind, unless you're poised to evolve, ready to unfurl your mind akin to a lotus greeting the sun, the Hermetic teachings may remain mere words to you. Hence, we urge you, plunge into the depths, navigate the abyss, and discover the treasures that await you. As the revered Kybalion reverberates through this broadcast, it whispers, "The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding." Our voyage commences in the ancient heart of Egypt, a land cradling the monoliths of the mystic and the occult. This birthplace of the pyramids and the Sphinx served as a repository of hidden wisdom, a fountainhead from which countless nations have imbibed for millennia. In the sandy expanses of Egypt, amongst the Grand Masters, strode a figure of mythical proportions, Hermes Trismegistus, the master of masters, an embodiment of occult wisdom, a cornerstone of astrology, and a herald of alchemy. While the specifics of his life have succumbed to the ruthless passage of time, his influence continues to blaze like a celestial beacon in the cosmic abyss. Hermes was immortalized, his wisdom elevated to the divine, his influence so profound that it radiated outwards, illuminating teachings far and wide. This radiant epicenter of wisdom nurtured numerous cultures and epochs, drawing and refracting wisdom through their unique prisms. The Hermetic teachings, meticulously preserved through the ages, have been guarded by a committed few in each generation. Shared solely with those assessed as prepared to comprehend and master them, these teachings have cascaded down the annals of time, from mouth to ear, like a hidden river. In this modest transcript, the Kybalion, we endeavor to offer you a peek into the foundational teachings of this age-old wisdom. Yet, akin to a chef providing a recipe, we present the ingredients but leave you, the listeners, to prepare the feast. You must taste, smell, touch, hear, and see for yourself. for the essence of wisdom resides in its application. Permit me, dear listeners, to share a secret. The legendary philosopher's stone, believed to transmute base metal into gold, was never about literal alchemy. It was a metaphor, a symbolic representation of the art of Hermetic alchemy, less concerned with manipulating physical elements and more with mastering mental vibrations. The original maxims, axioms, and precepts of the Kybalion are footprints imprinted in bygone sands, but their wisdom remains timeless, their insights eternal. As the Kybalion asserts, where fall the footsteps of the master, the ears of those ready for his teaching open wide. The meeting of pupil and transcript, lips and ear, teaching and learning is a cosmic ballet of cause and effect. Now, prepare yourselves, dear listeners, for we are about to descend into the profound depths of the Hermetic philosophy, exploring the 7 Hermetic principles. These serve as your celestial compass, guiding your journey through the cosmos, illuminating your path in the vast sea of mysticism. In the words of the Kybalion, the principles of truth are 7. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. 1. The principle of mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. A surreal proposition, no doubt, but it's not mere psychedelic rhetoric. This principle imparts a fundamental truth that every fragment of existence, from the tiny pebble to the distant galaxies, springs from a singular, universal, and infinite mind, the All. Picture the universe as a grand dream of this omnipresent mind, a breathtaking orchestration enacted in the eternal theater of existence. 2. The principle of correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above. This principle serves as a cosmic mirror. It proposes a symmetrical relationship between the macrocosm and the microcosm, the universe and the atom. This principle is akin to a cosmic decoder ring, harmonizing the varied notes in the vast symphony of existence. 3. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. In the grand ballet of existence, every entity, from the most minuscule electron to the colossal stars, performs a choreographed dance, vibrating in the cosmic symphony. Understanding this principle allows you to wield the scepter of power and conduct your unique melody within the universal orchestra. 4. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. This principle of duality is the yin and yang of existence. Heat and cold, light and darkness, love and hate, they are not discrete entities, but different degrees on the same continuum. 5. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This principle is the cosmic metronome, underpinning the universe's rhythmic ebb and flow. It signifies the perpetual dance between creation and destruction, birth and death, rise and fall. 6. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. This principle is the immutable law of the cosmos, the law of karma. It signifies cosmic justice, embodying the principle of as you sow, so shall you reap. 7. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This principle refers not to biological sex, but to the intricate dance of masculine and feminine energies across all forms of creation, whether physical or mental. Esteemed listeners, these 7 principles serve as your guiding compass within the labyrinth of Hermetic philosophy. Digest them, internalize them, and you will possess the magic key that can unlock all the doors of the temple. Remember, in this journey, the voyage itself is the destination. Here's to a fruitful exploration. And now that you have the overview, hold on tight to the guardrails, esteemed listeners, for we're on a trajectory to the intellectual cosmos, the arena of mental transmutation. The Kybalion elucidates, mind, as well as metals and elements, may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. True Hermetic transmutation is a mental art. You might wonder, what does this cryptic passage imply? In the simplest of terms, it refers to the process of modifying and transforming mental states, forms, and conditions. Imagine it as a type of cerebral alchemy or mental chemistry. However, be aware it's not merely a metaphor for positive thinking. Rather, it's akin to stirring the primordial soup of consciousness and re-engineering the mental DNA. Recall our inaugural Hermetic principle: the all is mind, the universe is mental. If we consider this, if we accept that the universe is fundamentally a mental construct, then, by Jove, mental transmutation is not just about altering our mental states, but about morphing the very fabric of the universe itself. So, we find ourselves circling back to the age-old enigma of magic, don't we? The sort where sage-like figures could command elements, cast incantations and morph base metals into gold. However, we aren't discussing mere illusion here. We are discussing the power to alter reality by transmuting mental conditions, the power to turn leaden thoughts into golden realities. Let's be frank, most of us are not mental alchemists wielding the power to control natural elements. However, the playground of the mind remains open to us all. Psychic phenomena, mental influence, the power of thought. These are all forms of mental transmutation, and each one of us, knowingly or not, engages in these practices, influencing not just our own mental states, but those of others as well. Ultimately, dear explorers of the mind, we return to the very first Hermetic principle, the principle of mentalism, for it serves as the keystone of the Hermetic philosophy. I encourage you, dear listeners, to dive deeper, scrutinize, and internalize the truth that the all is mind, the universe is mental. So with that in mind, plunge into the depths, and happy transmuting, comrades. And I hope you took our advice seriously. I hope you're bracing yourselves because, esteemed listeners, we are plunging into the depths of a concept that's both a head-scratcher and a mind-opener. The mental universe. The Kybalion frames it succinctly. The universe is mental, held in the mind of the all. Now what's this the all that we're referring to? It's spirit, plain and straightforward. But hang on. What exactly is spirit? Indeed, we might as well be tasked to define the all itself. Spirit is our label for the ultimate reality, the intrinsic essence, the living mind that's as much beyond our mundane existence and cognition as we are beyond a chunk of clay. Sure, it's beyond our grasp, but for the purpose of our exploration, let's consider spirit as the infinite living mind. Here's where things get interesting. What is the universe? If it's neither the all nor nothingness, then what could it possibly be? If it exists, it must be a creation of the all. But how can the all craft something out of nothing? An intriguing predicament, wouldn't you agree? Some intellectual titans propose that the all birthed the universe from itself. But wait, isn't that impossible? The all can't be fragmented. And if the universe were part of the all, wouldn't every atom of it recognize itself as the all? I've navigated this complex labyrinth we call life for a while now, and here's an observation. We humans create in our minds, don't we? We conjure up towering skyscrapers, symphonies, ideas, and entire worlds without any physical materials or self-division. That's our creative process. Now, if we employ the Hermetic Axiom, as above, so below, doesn't it stand to reason that the all might create the universe in the same manner, but on a cosmic level? Fasten your cerebral seatbelts, folks. We're embarking on a wild intellectual journey. The universe, and all that it encompasses, is a mental creation of the all. Your dreams, your thoughts, the very essence of your existence. All these are but thoughts in the mind of the all. A hefty idea to digest, isn't it? Always remember, every monumental discovery sprouts from a single seed of thought. So keep those neurons pulsing and those thoughts cascading. Indeed, all is mind, dear listeners, and the mind seems to like riddles. So hold on to your proverbial hats, as we dive right into a grand enigma known as the divine paradox. A riddle that befuddles the half-learned and elevates the truly wise. Those who believe they can brazenly defy the universe's laws are indeed setting themselves up for a rude awakening. However, the sage individuals see life's grand chessboard for what it is. They play law against law, higher against lower, and with the craft of mental alchemy, they transmute the mundane into the extraordinary. They triumph not through delusions or fantasies, but by harnessing superior forces against inferior ones. They aren't rebelling against reality, they're reshaping it. That, dear listeners, is the enigmatic beauty of the universe. To the infinite all, the universe might be nothing more than a meditative dream. Yet to us, the finite beings, it's as palpable as the air we breathe. Dismissing the universe as a mere dream could lead you into a labyrinth of confusion, bruised and battered from flouting the very laws you chose to ignore. The real trick is to reach for the stars with your mind, while keeping your feet firmly on the ground. It's about acknowledging the seeming contradiction that while the universe is not, still it is. It's about viewing both faces of reality, the absolute and the relative. Have you ever contemplated the law of paradox? It's intricately woven with the principle of polarity. Life and being are permeated with these apparent contradictions. It's remarkably easy to become ensnared in half-truths, particularly when navigating the realms of the absolute and the relative. Although I'm not your instructor, I'd like to caution you. Strive to comprehend this divine paradox, lest you find yourself sinking into a swamp of misconceptions. From the absolute perspective, the universe is a mirage, a fleeting dream. We've all pondered the idea that the world is a transient spectacle. However, from the relative viewpoint, the universe feels overwhelmingly tangible. We aren't the all, after all. We can kick a stone and feel its hardness. We can touch, taste, smell, and perceive the universe. To our senses, it undoubtedly exists, and disregarding this fact would be nothing short of folly. Yet here's the interesting twist. This universe of mentality, for us mere mortals, it's as real as it can possibly get. It's the only one we can ever truly comprehend, even as we ascend higher in understanding. To entirely grasp its true nature, we would have to become the all itself. We might glean glimpses of the illusory nature of finite things as we evolve, but not until the all ultimately reabsorbs us will the illusion truly dissipate. Therefore, instead of obsessing over the concept of illusion, let's strive to comprehend the true nature of the universe, understand its mental laws, and use them effectively as we navigate our life's journey. These laws, these iron laws, hold true for all except the all. Remember, folks, the all is mind. The universe is mental, held in the mind of the all. This is a truth that aligns perfectly with our scientific understanding of the universe, and therein lies the revolution, mental power becoming the supreme natural force. So ponder on that for a moment, dear listeners. And while you're doing that, you might want to also fasten your metaphorical seatbelts, because we're diving right in, headfirst into an intriguing concept: the planes of correspondence. Think of this idea as a harmonic symphony echoing across every crevice of the universe. The renowned saying, "As above, so below, as below, so above," rings true. It encapsulates the notion that everything in the universe, birthed from the same origin, obeys the same foundational laws. Imagine the universe as a grand pie sliced into 3 parts for the sake of our mortal understanding. First off, there's the great physical plane, a realm where matter and energy dance their eternal dance. Ascend a bit, and you enter the great mental plane, a world brimming with thoughts, dreams, ideas, and all the intangible elements that give worth to our existence. Then reach for the zenith, and you'll encounter the great spiritual plane, the apex of being and consciousness. But do bear in mind, these divisions are designed more for our limited intellect than as actual demarcations in the cosmic realm. The universe operates as a spectrum, a seamless transition from the most basic matter to the highest spirit. The physical and mental aren't discrete either. They blur at the edges, intertwined. It's more akin to an ever-ascending, mind-bending spiral, rather than a flat 3-part diagram. Understand that these 3 planes aren't concrete divisions. They serve as intellectual stepping stones to aid us in scaling the monumental truths of the universe. From the humble atom, the basic unit of force, through the intricate human mind to the exalted being of an archangel, it's all part of one grand scale. Everything is kneaded from the same cosmic dough, baked in the infinite mind of the all. And now, for the truly fascinating part, each of the 7 Hermetic principles applies to every plane, physical, mental, and spiritual. They act as the invisible threads that weave together the fabric of the universe. We have the principle of mental substance, which posits that all these planes exist within the mind of the all. The principle of correspondence then establishes harmony between these planes. Next, we have the principle of vibration, defining the fundamental differences between the planes. The principle of polarity surfaces on each plane, setting up a cosmic game of tug-of-war. Then there's the principle of rhythm, bestowing upon the universe its vital rhythm, its ebb and flow. The principle of cause and effect is ever present, fabricating an intricate web of interconnectedness. And we certainly can't overlook the principle of gender, which interlaces the element of creation throughout each plane. So remember this, listeners: as above, so below, as below, so above. This ancient Hermetic aphorism isn't just a cryptic saying, it's a universal principle, a fundamental law of life. Brace yourselves as we delve deeper into the Hermetic principles and explore the marvels they unravel. And while we're on the subject of twisting spirals of reality, let's twist our brains onto the vibrant dance floor of the universe, where the rhythm of existence pulsates to the beat of vibration. Echoing through the corridors of the cosmos, the wise Hermetic decree reverberates. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. There are no cosmic bystanders here, not a chance. Each atom, every thought, every plane of reality is in perpetual motion, grooving to its unique rhythm. Observe your surroundings, visible and invisible alike. It's not their composition that differentiates them, but their grooves, their unique vibrations. Here's where it gets electrifying. Even the all, the cosmic conductor of this universal orchestra, vibrates at such a breathtaking pace that it appears motionless. Ever noticed how a rapidly spinning top seems perfectly still? That's the idea. Picture a grand spectrum of vibration stretching across the cosmos. One end houses the slow, rhythmic matter, while at the opposite end the spirit pirouettes at ultra-high frequencies. Sandwiched between these extremes are millions of unique dance moves, each symbolizing a different state of existence. Have you ever noticed a wheel spinning so fast that it appears motionless? Or a spinning top sound changing from a slow rumble to a high-pitched whine until it squeals out of our hearing range? That's vibration for you folks. It's the cosmic DJ, changing the track from solid matter to heat, breaking atoms into their elements until you're left with not matter, but the ethereal essence of the cosmos. Scientists often hit the pause button here, but the Hermetists, for them, the beat never stops. Every thought, every emotion, every will and desire gyrates to its unique rhythm, sending out waves capable of affecting other minds. This is the principle that underpins phenomena like telepathy and mental influence. It's akin to striking a musical note or painting a color, all achieved by adjusting the vibration's rate. Master this, and you hold the reins over your own mental states and can influence those of others. Essentially, you can become a mastermind DJ. This hidden knowledge unravels the mystery behind mind-boggling feats performed by masters and adepts who appear to defy nature's laws. They aren't breaking any laws, merely flipping the record, changing the vibration, and voila, miracles occur. Or as it's casually referred to in Hermetic circles, just another Tuesday. So, dear listeners, remember this. By aligning yourself with the principle of vibration, you're effectively wielding the scepter of power. So, who's ready for some cosmic gyrations? You see, there's an age-old cosmic rule that sets the universe's wheels in motion. It's the principle of polarity. Each shout and whisper we know has a mirror image, a yin to its yang. Nothing stands alone. Everything, dear listeners, is simply a matter of degree. The venerable Hermetic seers propose that opposites are merely two facets of the same cosmic gem. Does that sound bizarre? Let's deconstruct it. Consider spirit and matter. They're akin to two dancers whirling around the cosmic ballroom, swapping places, maintaining the rhythm. But fundamentally, they're partners in the same cosmic waltz. The same principle applies to light and darkness, good and bad. They aren't distinct entities, but varying gradations on the same continuum. It's akin to a sliding scale. What's deemed good today might seem less good tomorrow, when contrasted with something better. It's all relative, contingent on where one finds oneself on the scale. Take love and hate, for instance, two powerhouses on the emotional spectrum, right? But what if I told you they aren't mortal adversaries, but opposite ends of the same feeling? Mind-boggling, isn't it? The key here is altering the polarity like flipping a coin. And it's not only love and hate. Courage, fear, activity, laziness, they all exist on the same spectrum, dancing to different tunes. Now consider this. If you can shift the polarity of your own emotions, couldn't you do the same for others? Influence them by altering their vibrational rhythm. This is the elusive formula behind those mental science schools and their astonishing results. It's not some kind of witchcraft. It's simply a shift in degree of the same thing. Envision the mental states as possessing positive and negative poles. The positive pole represents love, courage, activity, the go-getter attitude. The negative signifies the contrary, fear, hate, lethargy. Now, here's the revelation. Nature tends to gravitate towards the positive pole. Isn't that a thought full of promise? By mastering the art of polarization, you can elevate your mental state, swing from fear to courage, from hate to love. You don't have to be held captive by your emotions. Instead, you can be their master, shifting your mental states at will. And hey, you can assist others in doing the same. Once you attune to this frequency, dear listeners, you'll realize that all emotions, all mental states, are simply a cosmic dance along the scale of polarity. So, are we ready to dance? But in order to dance, you're going to need some music. And that's why we're talking the principle of rhythm now. And this isn't your run-of-the-mill dance-off either. Quite the contrary. It's a celestial rhapsody in which everything, from the infinitesimal grain of sand to the most majestic galaxies, sways in rhythm. All existence is grooving to the pulsations of the cosmic heart, oscillating back and forth like a universal pendulum. Each swing of the pendulum, dear listeners, is a cosmic pas de deux between two extremes. And here's the kicker. The pendulum doesn't always veer toward the edges. No, it's a nuanced dance, a continual vacillation, but never actually reaching the polar extremes. This universal ebb and flow occur everywhere, from the ascendance and collapse of civilizations to your seesawing moods on an especially tempestuous Tuesday. One moment you're soaring in ecstasy, the next you're plunging into despair. That's the pendulum swing, the rhythm playing its course. Now the Hermetic sages, those stellar seafarers, have comprehended this rhythm. They've discovered a way to maintain their equilibrium, to avoid being swept away by the universal oscillation. They've mastered the art of neutralization, soaring above the pendulum's sway, observing but not being swept along. This mastery enables them to hold their emotional fort, sustain their mental state, while the world oscillates around them. Ever pondered why you sometimes feel like a kite tossed in a storm, darting between emotional peaks and valleys? Well, that's the principle of rhythm in action. But bear in mind, folks, the pendulum's swing can be transcended. With a resolute will and understanding, you can rise above the flux, maintain your mental equilibrium, and resist being swayed by the rhythm. Now let's transition to another nugget of cosmic wisdom, the law of compensation. It's a simple yet profound concept. The swing in one direction equates to the swing in the other. You hurl a ball into the air, it descends with equal force. You experience profound joy. You're bound to encounter profound sorrow. That's the rhythm, the compensation, perpetually seeking equilibrium. But there's a silver lining. The masters instruct us that you can evade pain by ascending above, by neutralizing. The more intense the joy you've savored, the more pain you've neutralized from a previous life, or even a previous phase in this existence. So there you have it, dear listeners, the universal rhythm and the cosmic equilibrium. Whether we're aware of it or not, we're all dancing to this eternal symphony. The key is to learn the steps, master the rhythm, and maintain your footing no matter how the music evolves. Because we're in the middle of the cosmic orchestration of cause and effect. That's right. Every heartbeat, every thought that flits through your mind, every breath that you take, is an integral part of this grand performance. Nothing is accidental. Yes, you heard it right. Life isn't a chaotic dice roll in the hands of whimsical deities. Every minute detail is a piece of this universal jigsaw puzzle, flawlessly fitting into the grand tapestry of existence. So, let's lay it out clear. Chance? It's nothing but a refuge for the unexplained, a resigned shrug when we fail to perceive the intricate threads weaving the fabric of the cosmos. But let me assure you, there's no room for chance in this fine-tuned universe. Imagine a rogue planet disturbing the harmony of the cosmos. Sounds rather chaotic, right? Exactly. That's why every element adheres to the universal laws, preserving the symphony. Consider a seemingly simple act like rolling dice. Appears random, doesn't it? But the way it lands, the number it displays, it's all determined by a set of factors. The manner of your throw, the angle, the force, the surface of the table. It's not chaos. It's a sophisticated interaction of causes leading to an effect. We're dealing with a domino effect on a cosmic scale here. And it's not just limited to tangible physical phenomena. This cause and effect dance is happening within your mind too. Every thought, every emotion is linked to another in this complex web of existence. That moment of joy, the fleeting instance of sorrow, they are all interconnected components in the grand scheme of things. Now I can hear you asking, what about free will? Am I merely a marionette in this grand spectacle? Well, it's not as clear-cut as black and white. It's more like a cosmic grayscale. You see, free will and determinism aren't polar opposites. They're two faces of the same coin. From one perspective, yes, we are bound by the cause and effect of our actions. Yet from another, we hold the freedom to choose these actions. Most individuals, bless their hearts, are akin to driftwood, carried along the current of life, shaped by their environment, swayed by every ripple. But then there are the masters, those who've comprehended the game. They've transcended this current, ascended above, and harnessed their destiny. They align with the higher laws, rule over the material plane, and emerge as chess masters instead of pawns on the cosmic chessboard. In essence, my dear listeners, this universe isn't some chaotic random playground. It's a ballroom where everything sways to the rhythm of cause and effect, each move leading to the next, each step part of the intricate dance. It's not about escaping this dance, but rather understanding it, mastering the steps. And then, my dear listeners, you will be able to dance in harmony with the cosmos. And then, we can venture down the labyrinthine pathways of Hermetic Axioms. We're discussing the rules that govern the cosmos, the universal guidelines that have steered wise men and seekers through the millennia. Pay close attention, because in this grand spectacle of life, mere possession of knowledge without its manifestation in action is as fruitless as an unmined gold reserve. You've got to employ what you know, flex your intellectual muscles. After all, the universe doesn't favor the indolent. Hermetic teachings aren't clandestine, locked away in some cosmic vault. Absolutely not. They aren't designed for the intellectually parsimonious who hoard knowledge, but wouldn't part with a single insight. These teachings are intended to be applied, just as much as your daily bread is meant to be eaten. So feast on the axioms and aphorisms, consume them, but remember they're only genuinely yours when you've internalized them and put them into action. Now let's get down to brass tacks. Wish to alter your mood, your mental state? It's as simple as adjusting your vibration. It's all contingent on where you direct your attention. If your attention is the spotlight, then your will is the light operator. It's a theatrical performance, folks. Hone the art of attention and master your mental stage. We all have traits we'd rather disown, right? The Hermetic trick to tossing out those unwanted elements is simple. Concentrate on the opposite. Fear, nurture courage. Negativity, crank up the positivity. It's not about struggling with your internal demons. It's about switching the polarity. Just as flipping a light switch dispels darkness, amplifying the positive eradicates the negative. The wise ones amongst us have cracked this code. They've learned to transcend the oscillations of rhythm, the mental pendulum that swings us between emotional peaks and troughs. They ascend to a higher plane, where they observe the pendulum's motion but remain unaffected. That, dear listeners, is the law of neutralization, the Hermetic equivalent of retaining your equilibrium. Life isn't a haphazard game of chance. Each move we make, each step we take, is bound by the relentless principle of cause and effect. But here's the twist. There are different strata to this law. You can strategize within the system by working with the laws of the higher planes to triumph over the laws of the lower. Rise above, seize control, and instead of being a marionette, you become a puppet master. The universe in its purest form is mental. It's a mental tapestry, adorned with the hues of our thoughts and will. If you grasp that, then miracles and wonder-workings become mere mental brushstrokes on this cosmic canvas. The all is mind. The universe is mental. That, listeners, is the cosmic revelation. Remember, knowledge without action is a colossal waste, and the universe, well, it doesn't waste. So shake off your complacency, plunge into the cosmic play, and put these Hermetic principles to work. Who knows, you might just ascend to become the master of your own universe. Listeners, we've traversed a vast expanse, not of physical distance, but of comprehension. We've charted the intricate cosmos within, steered by the timeless wisdom of the Kybalion, navigating the convoluted landscapes of the conscious and subconscious. As we draw a curtain on this exploration, bear in mind that this is not a conclusion. Like the principle of rhythm, the pendulum perpetually oscillates, underscoring the timeless dance of creation. The mental transmutations we've dissected are merely milestones on our perpetual quest for understanding. The universe, in all its awe-inspiring enormity, mirrors the intricate tapestry within our minds, each neuron a sprawling galaxy, each synaptic cleft an expanse of interstellar space. We've learned that the external laws we witness resonate within us, and we are but a microcosmic reflection of the grand cosmos. As we part, remember, our exploration is boundless, from the works of Carl Jung to Plato's theory of forms, from Leibniz's monadology to Eastern philosophies, from the mysteries of quantum physics to the psychology of mindsets. Each discipline represents a thread intricately woven into the grand cosmic fabric within us. And so, listeners, I leave you with a final thought. The power to transmute, to sculpt our reality, dwells not outside but within the cosmic choreography of our mind. As within, so without. As below, so above. The expedition has been momentous, the revelations deep. But remember, the journey is enduring and the exploration ceaseless. So until our paths intertwine again in this cosmic dance, I bid you adieu, my fellow explorers of the mind.